Now in this lecture, let's use one of this MCP server and let's configure it in Claude so that Claude can use it, use the MCP server and communicate with Salesforce. So for this example, we can go with this object all because there are some tools which we can use to see the demo. Again, for your business processes, the best MCP server would be your own so that you can add all of your own tools and then use Claude to perform those activities and just see that if your users are liking it or not. And here we have these tools, right? So we can use this tool to find records in system. We can use it to create records, update records. So maybe let's use this one. Now, the first thing is for you to use this server, it's currently inactive. So we'll have to activate it. And yeah, now it's activated. So this is the URL that we need to use when we go to Claude, we go to ChatGPT, or we go to any other application. This is the URL that we are going to do. And now for that application to authorize to Salesforce, only when you are authorized, you have a token, you can invoke these tools. So as I said, MCP tools in the backend would be using API, and to get access to this MCP, the application needs to authorize themselves. So for that, we need to create a external client app. So I'll just duplicate it here and let's go and search for external client app manager. Connected apps are no longer available, so we'll have to create external client app. I do not have any app right now, so I'll create one and we will call it Headless MCP. We'll give some Gmail email here and this should be fine. Then we have to enable auth so that we can give here. And now here, so the application that we are going to use, they are going to authorize here, they need a callback URL so that when the code comes back or the token comes back, where that token will be received by that application. So we need to specify the callback URL, and I will add this document in the resource section. And here you will see that all the callbacks are available. So since we are working with Claude right now, this is the callback URL we need to add. For Cursor, this is the one we need to add. For ChatGPT, there is a dynamic callback URL which will be generated at the runtime. So we'll get that one. Similarly, not everything is mentioned here. When you are on Microsoft Teams, there also it will generate a dynamic callback URL for every MCP that you configure there. So we need to get that callback URL. But for Claude and for Cursor, it's actually very much static. So I'm just going to copy this one here and let's paste it here. Now, once that application get access to this, what are the activities you want them to perform? So generally, when you were creating connected apps previously, you would always choose this option, right? Manage user data via API, because you want them to execute your API. But now we want them to execute MCP. So if you search here, you should have this access Salesforce-hosted MCP server. Even the custom MCPs that we will create, they will also be hosted by Salesforce servers. So that they also falls into the same category. So we need this one. And also for that application to reconnect, it needs refresh token. So just give this one. And that's actually it. You do not need to give any other permission if you don't want to. This is the one that is actually needed to get access to all this MCP server. We need to add this auth scope here. Okay, and then here you can remove this you need proof of you need actually PKCE here, and you can keep this one and JWT as well. So other thing you can actually remove. So we can now click on create. Okay, so if you go to the settings, we have defined this and we have added the callback URL. So this is fine. Now the next step is we need the consumer key and secret so that we can configure that in the Claude. So I'm going to click on this one and I will authorize here. So I have my client ID and client secret in the other tab. Once you have that, then the only thing you need is this server URL. So you need the server URL, you need the client ID and client secret, and you should have your external app here, and it's already enabled as well. So we are good here. So now let's go to our Claude here. So this is Claude. And what do we want? This Claude should be able to connect to Salesforce. So for that, we need to add a connector. And for different MCPs, so right now we are adding this S object all. If you want to add the another MCP server, you will have to add one by one. Okay, and that is something that you saw in my cursor also. So if I show you again, I had like multiple MCP configured. If I need API context, if I need S object all, I had to add multiple MCPs. Similarly in Claude also, you'll have to add multiple connectors, and if all are active, then it can actually look into the most appropriate one. So for that, let's go here and let's go to settings and go to the connectors. it's actually been moved to customize. So we can go here, and here you will see that there are some standard connectors here, and you can actually create a custom connector. So I'm going to create this one and add a custom connector. So here we can call it Salesforce MCP, and you need the remote MCP server URL. So every server has a URL, right? So for this one, this is the URL. Just copy it, paste it here, and in the advanced setting it will ask you for the client ID and client secret. So I'm just copying it here, and you can click on add. So it is actually connected here, but I have to authorize myself. So maybe, I don't know if I talked about it, all of these MCP tools will run in the user context. So whatever the permission I have, these MCP tools, when it is running, will have the same level of permission. That is where the security part will be handled, the FLS, the record level security. Everything will be handled based on the logged in user. So now it is asking me to connect. Basically, it will ask me to log into the Salesforce. And I don't know, I think I'm already logged in. Okay, not logged in, so I'll quickly log in, add the username, add the password, and I'll try to log in. So once this user logs in, again, as I said, it is going to ask me for the permission. It is saying that giving me the warning here. So if I allow it, now the Claude is actually authorized using this external client app that we created, and now it will be able to access this MCP server. So here we see that we have the Salesforce MCP. This is the name that we gave, but the one that we used was SObject-all, and those 9 tools, I mean, ideally it should have been 11, but those 9 tools are now showing up here. Create SObject, find, get object schema, get related record, get user info. So find is basically the social one. SOQL query, update related record, update SObject. So all the tools are available here. And then here it is allowing you that do you want Claude to right away execute these, or you want for a permission, or you directly wants to be blocked. So you can do that. So you can allow this, like when this tool needs to be executed, it won't ask you for permission, or if you want, the user should give permission. So even you can do all of that here. So with that, let's actually start a new chat now. And now here you will see that if I go to the connectors, we have this Salesforce MCP connector coming up here. And within this connector, we have the 9 tools. So now it should be able to use those tools. Okay, so now here, let's ask it, show me. So we can say that show me all accounts from my org. And here it is loading tool, and it has actually picked up SOQL query. So from the Salesforce MCP, the SObject-all, it had 9 tools. Out of that, it picked up the SOQL query MCP tool. And now using this, it should be able to show us the account records. Also, you see that we didn't ask for it to build the table or show in some manner, but it has automatically trying to show us in a nice tabular format. So it found 13 account records, which have 9 different industries from 4 different countries, and it's building this UI right now for us. Right, so you see that it has actually found 13 account record from 9 different industry. I think these are the 9 different industry, 4 different countries. So we have US, United Kingdom, and Singapore. So yeah, it's actually able to find out all of that. And let's just validate that if we actually have 13 account records. So if we go to the accounts, yeah, so yes, we have 13 account records. So you see that instead of me going to the Salesforce and checking my account records, I'm actually asking my Claude, which is now able to talk to Salesforce thanks to the MCPs which is provided here. Which MCP it used? It used the SObject-all. Within that, it used the SOQL query tool, right? Similarly, let's just see that, let's just make some changes. Maybe, let's change the name for S-Force. So we can say that update the name of S-Force account to S-Force Claude. Okay, perfect. I think I hit the limit. Yeah. Yeah, I have hit the limit. I mean, I've been using it for a few other chats, so I think that's why I hit the limits. Okay, I have quickly added this same MCP in my other Claude account. I do not have the pro subscription, so I have to do this workaround. And yeah, here in this one, I think I have limits. So let's just see the connector. So we have the same Salesforce MCP connector. So the prompt that we had given was, let's just see that without any context, is it able to do that? Update the name of S-Force account to S-Force Claude. And let's just give this one. So it's finding the tool. First, let me find S-Force account. Okay, I think I have a, okay, it's using SOSL right now because I think it could have actually used SOQL query, but it used the SOSL. I mean, whatever the tool it finds suitable, it uses that one. So it's finding the S-Force account record now. And in this one, I think I didn't allow all the tools, so it's always asking for the confirmation, which is actually good. So it wants to use this tool now, update S object record. So this was one of the tool there, and when I use this one, it should be able to update the account record. So the Salesforce account name has been successfully updated. So let's just quickly check that. Here, if we refresh, yeah, so the name is updated. So we see that these basic CRUD operations, our AI assistant or any other applications are able to execute with the help of one MCP server that we have given. So the Salesforce account name has been successfully updated from S-Force to S-Force Claude. Record ID is this. And similarly, if we see the other tools, and also here, let's go to the connector again. I had actually given it always allow. Still, it's asking for the approval. So as of now, we have seen it is using the read operation, using the query tool. Even we saw that it used the find tool, which is basically the social query that it was using. And then we saw that it was able to update records using the update tool. Now let's just see the create tool as well. So we can say that create a new case name with subject as Claude case 1, and I think the mandatory field is origin as web. Okay, so now it's using this create as object record tool. So your servers are defining the tools. It's the AI agent or the application which needs to understand which tool to pick up. And since these MCP tools are created in AI friendly manner, they are actually able to figure it out very quickly. So you see that it has actually created this case. Let's just check that. So yeah, here it is. The case is created Claude case 1 and the origin is web. So you see that these basic CRUD operations, finding records, updating records, or creating records, for this, your users simply comes to Salesforce, they navigate to the correct object, click on the correct button, and then input the values. So it takes some time. Now, if they are already on these AI assistant, they're working for their meetings or for some other things. And if they remember that, oh, I have to update that case, I have to create that case, they don't actually have to go to the Salesforce. That does not mean that they don't need to go to Salesforce. This could have been done easily in Salesforce. Now we are actually opening up Salesforce, and now they can actually do all these operations from Salesforce. So this is actually powerful. You can see right now, but once you add your own custom tools, your own business logic, that is where it will start making lot more sense. Right now you are just seeing the CRUD operations, but you see that there are so many tools right now. You might have industry specific tools, your cloud specific tools, and your own custom tools. With the combination of that, this headless feature where you are actually working with your Salesforce data, not even logging into Salesforce, is actually very powerful. So I hope you understood how to configure this headless in Claude. It was very simple. What we had to do was we just need to have a client app here because the other application has to authorize themselves. Most importantly, in the auth scope, we have to add this MCP1. Here it is, and then you have to add the callback URL. So these callback URL you can get from here. I'll add this in the resource for Claude. This is the callback URL. Once you do that, you just go and create a connector. We saw that we created connector here. and this is the one. You can create multiple connectors here, and actually in the Claude free you can only have one connector, but if you have Pro or Max subscription you can have multiple connector. Once you do that, these tools are available, and now Claude can actually use all of these tools. So yeah, maybe you can practice the same. Go ahead and try some more things. Maybe try to work with other tools here as well. Try to find list recent as object record. Maybe just ask it, tell me my recent account record, so it should be able to use this tool. Update related record. So all of these tools you can play around.